Hello, reading friends. Welcome back to the Happy Place to Grow. I'm so glad that we are working on Activity 2 in our new learning series where we're focusing on all things long U. In the last several lessons, we've been going through the long vowel patterns, A, E, I, O, U. And we know that a lot of times those vowels will team up with other letters or other vowels to say their letter name. So you know they say their letter name. That makes them easier than trying to remember all the short vowel sounds. However, they always like to walk in pairs. And usually one of them does the talking. The other one's silent. So in lesson 1, we were working on building words with these vowel patterns. U, oo, even though that's the long U sound, it almost, when you build the words and put the letters and sounds together, it almost sounds like ooh. And this one does too. This combo, U-I, it almost sounds like when you put all those letters together, we discovered it sounds like ooh instead of, it tends to sound more ooh than you. Long U patterns. The tricky part with these teams, they sound the same, but when you're spelling them, you're going to hear those sounds that are similar. That's where we're going to have to really do some work. So in activity 2, we're going to focus on the flash of the whole word. So I'm going to go through the words one time with you, and I'm going to sort them in their columns. We're going to really look, really say, and think about the sounds. And then part 2, I'll flash them at you and see how quickly you can read them. I know you've got this. Okay, here we go. Let's read words and sort them in their correct column. I'm going to start with the U group. Remember, this pattern didn't have very many words in it, nor did this one. This one had a lot. So our first word was B-L-U-E, blue, blue. That one sounds really U-ish, doesn't it? Like long U. Blue, B-L-U, blue. And then a rhyming word with blue, C-L-U-E, K-L-U, clue. That one sounds more ooey. Blue, clue, you-oo. Makes it kind of fun, doesn't it? And then T-R says true, true. It's true. You're doing great. So this pattern, blue, clue, true. Let me move Mr. Turkey. It's almost Thanksgiving. My favorite holiday. This is a sticky word. Probably going to guess what it is. Glue. 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 So here's our U, U-E words. Not that many. Let's move on to E-W, ooh. This one really sounds ooh when the letters are with it. Here's our first one. Beginning sound, ooh, new. And this new, remember, it's brand new. A word that rhymes with new. Ooh, few, ooh, few. That one really sounds ooh. We added an extra sound, a blend, ooh, flew. a rhyming pattern going on. Even though there are two beginning sounds, they're teaming together to make one sound. Remember what it is? Ch, ch, ooh, chew. My mom used to say, chew with your mouth closed. D, ooh, true. The young child drew a picture for his mom. True. Let's do one more. G-R-E-W. Grew. Grew. She grew 2 inches since last year. Wow, good job. Lots of words in this, and I've got more, but for the sake of time, let's move on to UI. Ooh, not too many in this group. F-R-U-I-T, this sound, this team, and the ending sound. Fruit. We're just reviewing our words because we're going to make a quick flash in just a minute. I like to work on my words, practice them, and this is something you can do if your teacher gives you a list of spelling words. You can go back over, touch each sound, think about the groups and the combinations and teams of letters and what they say. Practice them, review them, and then have someone flash them. So the more you think about each individual sound, the easier when you do your flash, the easier it's going to be. So J is your beginning sound, J, then U, J, U, Ju. Remember we said the C, it's going to make the S sound because it's followed by E. So if the letter C, this is what makes our word learning journey so tricky. There's some different combinations. We have to be aware of them. So the letter C can make a hard sound k, or a soft sound s. If the vowel E or I follows a C, most often it's going to change to the soft sound, which is S. So J, U, S, silent E. Juice. Orange juice is tasty and refreshing for breakfast. Aha, fruit juice is good. And then a word we don't see that often, but maybe your dad wears one, or your uncle, or you've seen the news people on TV, they'll wear nice suit, a suit and tie, or if someone's getting married, sometimes they dress up. If you need to go somewhere fancy, or you're speaking, or you're an official, a lot of times you're going to wear a suit. Ladies can wear suits too. They can wear what we call pants suits or a suit jacket. It's a dressy, or I didn't think about this, a swim suit. You know, your bathing suit is also called a swimsuit, a bathing suit. Ha! I didn't think about that. Suit. Okay, here's our word list. Now, let's go back over each word. We'll read it together. And then I'm going to mix and match and flash. You got this. So in our first column with UE, blue, clue, true, and glue. Let's go a little faster. Blue, clue, true, glue. In column 2 with EW, same sound. New, few, flew, chew, drew, and grew. Let's read them just a little faster. Knew, few, flew, chew, drew, grew. You've got it. And then 3 with the UI. Fruit, juice, suit, spacesuit. Ha! Coming with all kinds of new ways to use suit other than a fancy suit. That's what I thought in my mind. That's the only thing I thought. I love how the mind, the more you practice stuff, the more it comes to you. Let's read a little faster. Fruit, juice, suit. Okay, let's shake things up before we close this lesson. Shuffle off to Buffalo. All right, here we go. And then I'm going to throw in 3 bonus words. Here we go. Are you ready? Sometimes I get finger issues. I can't flip as fast as I want to. Sight word city. Here we go. I'm going to go back over them with you and we'll confirm. I'm flashing kind of fast. You can do it. That was a quick flash because when you encounter words in a book or you're reading a poster, you're reading a magazine, whatever you're reading something online, your mind is working quickly to read words in a flash. So being able to spy, read quickly, your mind is going that quick. All right, let's go back over them and quickly review one last time, and then I'm going to throw those 3 bonus ooh words in. Here we go. Few. Fruit. Clue. Drew. Good. Grew. Blue. Flew. Chew. Good. Here's a tricky one. Juice. New. Glue. Suit. True. How'd you do? How did you do? And that's funny because the word do sounds like a long U, but it's spelled D-O. Words. I tell you, who invented all these crazy, tricky things? Okay, here's the 3 bonus. They're ooh. They're actually focused here. Bonus words. Let's see if you can read them quickly. New. Through. Chewing. Cool. Now, I suggest that you join me for lesson number 3 because we're going to be doing some more word reading. We're going to put these words in a kind of nonsense story. It's going to be a little little paragraph, a little short story, if you please. And we're going to be reading it because we're going to be putting these words in with other words like we would if we were reading a book. And we're going to play I Spy. We're going to see after we read if we can identify the ooh in long U words together. We'll play a game or two. And then the final activity, this lesson, activity 4, will be spell check. So if you want to make some flashcards and practice reading them quickly, have someone call out the words to you and see if you can spell them out loud. So if I said to you, few, spell few, could you spell it out loud? F-E-W. That would be a good practice before we actually do spell check. That's a great activity. I like that. All right, spellers, readers, hard-working young learners, I will see you for activity 3, where we're going to put a short story together, read and spy. All right, keep practicing those new patterns for long U, and I'll see you real soon. Have a good one.